What's up, YouTube? This is Ice.Images back with another smoke session art coming at you from the shed. This is the second take of the video because a phone call came through and shut the other one down. So I was already like 5-6 minutes into a video. So I am going to finish some coloring on Crook W. It's a drawing. Still haven't gotten a hold of him, but we're just gonna go with orange from the Prismacolor set, PC 918. That comes from the 24 color set that you can buy from like Michael's or whatever. So we're gonna get started on that in just a second. The only things I really have to smoke on right now is 2 roaches and my Platinum Vapes wedding cake. So before I get started on this, I'm gonna hit this a couple times. I'm gonna show you something cool with that piece of artwork behind me on the door, the graffiti, the N squared. As I said, it says N squared because my name is Neil and my girlfriend's name's Nicole. So N squared, 2 N's, end of the second power, all that kind of shit. My little sister came up with it. She put it on a joint Christmas card or whatever it was, and just put N squared instead of Neil and Nicole. I thought it was cool. I've ran with it ever since. I've got 2 or 3 drawings with it and that spray painted piece of art. So last night I'm sitting there and I get a message from Jim Becker. What he did was very, very cool, like really awesome. So I commented on my last video, or one of my smoke sesh videos, about Wayne County Life. It's a guy that does videos out here in Michigan. He was at 15 in DeQuinder, you know, a bunch of different places. I found out something in one of his videos that I didn't know happened before it happened out here, but the Gibraltar Trade Center in Taylor was gone. So he did a video about that, and I was like, I wonder how old this video is, because maybe he doesn't know that this one closed down too. But we got the new Baltimore Trade Center now, so a lot of the vendors from Gibraltar have gone over to there, 23 mile, just east of, well, considerably east of 94. So if he's all about that type of life, like he said in his video, new Baltimore Trade Center, buddy. But I watch his videos, I find them funny, is the bottom line to all of this. So I gave a shout out to him. Jim went and shared the video on his page, and the guy commented back with, "Thanks for the shout out, dude." And it's not like the biggest honor in the world or anything like that, but to a dude like me that's just making videos, to get a shout out from a dude that I enjoy watching on YouTube, hey, that's fucking boss moves right there. Thanks, Jim. I really appreciate it. And Wayne County Life, big shout out to you, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for stopping by, even watching one of my videos. You may not enjoy my videos nearly as much as yours. I find yours funny. Mine's just art and smoking weed and reacting to music. So I'm gonna keep making these. You keep making yours, man. I'm gonna keep watching yours. But as I said, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna have to open up this door for a second, and then I'll shut this light off real quick. Okay. So let me do this real quick. Should have probably just charged this up and did all this earlier. As I said, I already had this done in the first take of the video. Now I'm on my second take because of that phone call that came through. So as you can see, that is glowing pretty bright. I used some glow spray paint to spray paint over it after the fact. So everything up here glows, the whole letter glows. So I just figured I'd showcase that for a second. Just, you know, bullshit. But other than that, we're just gonna get into this drawing. So as I said, I'm gonna go with orange for the accent pieces. Smoke out a little bit of that wedding cake. I did a whole video about the wedding cake, platinum vape, so if you want to know more about it, go watch my previous video and or videos, depending. And mine may not be the most informational videos out there, but as I said, they will get better. I will start trying to figure out better things to talk about, more informational stuff based on Detroit products, Detroit people, people doing it big out here, new restaurants, new, you know, whatever's going on in Detroit. I'm gonna try to, you know, get my ears to the street. I have a lot of friends and a lot of people in the bar industry down in Detroit, so I can get some info. Another one, if you're into wrestling, there is another podcast and Facebook page called Breaking Down the Ring. I worked with the guy at Ochalele in Detroit. He still works there, he still bartends. His name's Mikey Nichols. And he does a wrestling show with his crew called Breaking Down the Ring. So if you're really into that, go check out his, I think he's got a YouTube page. I think he's got all the major social networking pages, so you should be able to find his stuff. Actually, now I'm thinking I used this orange on Jim Becker's drawing. Yes, I did. It's gonna pop a little differently with the blue. But if I had realized that ahead of time, I would not be using the orange for back-to-back drawings for the same part of the drawing. I'm just hoping Crook isn't like a red and green type of guy versus blue and orange. This is like a very old mug. That's apparently my girlfriend. Okay, let me just double check first. I don't know. Actually, before I say that, that could be her daughter on the side of the cup. That might not be her. That might be her daughter. It's uncanny how much they look alike. But those are two channels you can go check out. But last night I sat around and watched Spider-Man Far From Home. I started it the night before, fell asleep, had to go to work in the morning. So I finished it last night around the time that Jim Becker and the messages were going back and forth. And I've got to say, it was a good movie. I enjoyed it. All the illusion scenes and all this stuff were dope. I don't want to go into too much detail because I don't want to ruin it for anyone that's on my page, or channel I mean, that hasn't seen any of that movie yet. Or they're so far behind that they're like 2 or 3 movies behind, and I end up giving something away that's important to, say, previous movies. But I do like how they're intertwining like sub-characters. Like a character way ago in, like, say, the first 5 Marvel movies, and all of a sudden he's this character over here causing issues. And it's like, I like that, you know, somebody that you wouldn't think would have anything to do with any of it, and he's one of, you know, a bigger piece of the storyline. So I thought that was really cool. But once again, if you're into the superhero stuff and you're into like horror type shit, Brightburn. Go watch Brightburn. I really enjoyed that movie, personally. It's not going to be for everyone, I'm sure, and I'm going to get someone to say, hey, I watched it, I didn't like it, blah, blah, blah. But chances are you're probably not that big into horror and or superhero movies if you hate this movie. Or you just want to come across as, whoa, Superman wouldn't have done that. And it's like, okay, well, that's great. That's Superman. That's the good. This is basically if he was raised by a different family, not the Kent family, and it was something more sinister, more evil. And I feel that it opens a floodgate to other movies, like what if movies. Like, that should be just the fucking series name of all of those, what if. You know, I think they have a comic book series of all that shit, but, you know, what if, you know, Tony Stark was an evil genius, made the suit to try to take over the world, kind of like Lex Luthor's suit when he fights Superman, you know, the kryptonite armor or whatever that he wears. You know, something like that, or, you know, somebody else became that person. So instead of, say, Bruce Wayne being Batman, say another kid from one of those orphanages that the Wayne Foundation helps out, you know, a way shittier life, somehow falls on this type of technology and all this shit and becomes like an evil Batman. So he's actually killing the people and taking them out. You know, I feel that it opens up a floodgate for a whole lot of possibilities for future movies. But even just the Justice League stuff, I hate the fact that, you know, and this isn't all concrete, I don't think, either still. But, and I don't know what they're locked into in their contracts. Are they locked into another 2 or 3 movies and then they're done? Are they done now? But, you know, there's talks of Superman not being Superman, so Henry Cavill or whatever won't be Superman. Ben Affleck won't be Batman, and it's like, you people need to fucking stop. The actors, like Ben Affleck and all that, you got the part. You may not be the best Batman that I've ever fucking seen, but calm the fuck down. You're already rich. Just play the fucking part. Just do the shit. You know, even if it locks you in for another, like, 5-6 movies, just do that shit. It's a huge franchise. The Watchtower, once they get to the episode where the Watchtower is up in space, there's a floodgate, because there are thousands, I think, of superheroes that come and go from the Watchtower and helping out their local areas and the bigger ones. And then they've got the big guys, where all of a sudden you can go off to the Vandal Savage shit, where he takes over the main guys and they go do some horrible shit on another planet, and then they gotta, you know, prove their innocence. And I don't know, I forget the name of the DC movie that does that shit, but it's like Crisis on Two Earths or something. The newer Batman cartoon Hush, that one was good. So that's only if you guys are into that stuff. If you're not, I'm just talking babble to people that would rather, I don't know, talk about sports or boxing, MMA, like whatever. But I don't know to talk about all those things if people don't comment and let me know or start the conversation. And I'm not the most knowledgeable about all this shit, but I can learn some stuff. So if it's something that you're knowledgeable about, you want to talk, and it interests me enough to have a conversation with you, I can learn something from this. I might find something that I enjoy. So I don't look at it as bad at all. Show you what I've done so far, just so that you can actually see it come together. Eventually I want to do the time-lapse shit. I want people to be able to, somebody that maybe doesn't know how to draw or come up with their own ideas, but you're into this kind of stuff, I'm hoping that looking at this, I have videos, or not videos, I have photos on my old cell phone, on my Facebook. Maybe I'll start putting them on my Instagram, and then I'll share my Instagram with everyone. But you'll be able to see blank paper, couple letters, 3D effect, a little bit of color, a lot of color, slightly background, all of it. Like how my drawings come together. As I said, I would say chose your name. So if I was actually doing this, that's exactly how you would start getting pictures periodically every 10 minutes or 20 minutes or, you know, whatever. But you would start receiving pictures actually pretty damn quick, letting you know how it's all coming together. And eventually I want to take drawings like that and I want to buy like big picture frames. So this one would be in the center, and then you'd have a bunch of like 5x7s, 5x4s, whatever, around the outside of it, showing you the drawing coming together, why this is in the middle. I feel that that is fucking phenomenal, and that people would pay money for that, and I would definitely put that on a website. So eventually I'm going to start doing more words like hope, love, freedom, America, Detroit, Michigan, and actually have like crazy images and do pictures like that. Unfortunately for that, because I will only have one original, the one original will cost probably considerably a bit more than me doing, say, prints of all of that. So do like a 10 run limited print with one original that somebody could buy. And then I'm done with that drawing for life. I will never draw that again. I don't know, something along the lines of that. And doing small prints and small runs, I think, will give people more of an incentive to pick it up. Not because I'm going to get super famous or any of that, and you're going to have like a famous piece of artwork or anything like that, but there's always that what if. Like, what if all of a sudden my artwork does pop off and people just want it? There's always that chance. It's one in maybe a billion or whatever, but you know, you never know. You never know what you can accomplish or what could happen. You know, I want to put artwork on t-shirts. I want to be out and about. Like, I don't care if it's at a fair, a mall, Cedar Point, anywhere, but I want to just be walking around one day and just see somebody rocking one of my shirts. And then be able to approach this person and be like, hey, you know, who drew that? You know, where'd you get that shirt from? Just ask a couple questions and then be like, you know, hey, just a heads up, you know, hey, that's my artwork. You're wearing one of my shirts. And just give them like an appreciation, like a big thank you. You know, hey, you didn't have to buy my shirt. You didn't have to wear that shit. But be able to show some appreciation, like, hey, you know, huge thank you for doing that, for wearing that. Because then he's going to go tell people about it, and when people ask, just like I would in that scenario, and then your name gets out of there. Word of mouth is huge. So I'm nearing the 20-minute mark, so I'll end up cutting this short. Well, not short, normal length of video. Let me just finish this part. Then I'll show you guys what I have. And then see you guys in the next video. one more piece before I show you. Okay, that's done, that's done, that's done. So this is what we got so far. But as I said, this one's over. I'll finish the orange in the next video. I'll have more shit to smoke by then. I think I'm just gonna hit somebody up to go to the dispo. I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna get some shit that I've never really heard of. And so, you know, ask them specifically, like, hey, which ones are strictly Michigan made and all that shit, and you know, pick up maybe some waxes, maybe some flour, just some shit that's just from Detroit, from this area. But other than that, guys, if you guys don't mind hitting that subscribe button, smash the like button, whatever. If my eyebrow's been raised that entire fucking time, I'm sorry. I try not to do it, but subconsciously, I end up raising my eyebrow, and then I look back in videos and realize for like a good 5-10 minutes my shit was raised. It was like, I don't get why I do it. It just happens. But yeah, subscribe, like, comment, all that good shit. Peace out. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm gonna go eat some breakfast, and maybe later today I'll just do another video and get the rest of this color laid in, and then figure out what I want to do for a background. So peace out, guys. Happy smoking.